Hi, I'm Mike and I'm the owner of paintmycurb.com, and today I want to show you how I paint curbs and give you a couple of hints and tips on how to do that. So here's my little container that I have, and you're not going to start off with everything that I have. This is just stuff I've accumulated over time. I have my little safety cone that I want to put up because I don't want to get run over. Do that. Then I've got my knee pad. I've got towels that I have right here, and these are basically for if there's gutter water running. It'll help block it off a little bit, but if you've got full-on gutter water running, then you're going to have to come back. I actually had two today that had gutter water running, but they were small enough where I could just put the towels down and it was blocking it. Sometimes you'll see little pipes that the curbs have with water coming out, and if I see those, I just plug those up real quick, but I don't see those right now. So to get started, I'm going to take out, this is my main thing that I use. Just set this right here. And I'm going to brush this area off first. And then I'm going to look at this order on paintmycurb.com. It has the orders. I'm not going to show you because I don't want to show you his name and address and everything. You already see the address. But I just want to verify that it does match, and it does. So then I'm going to start scraping this curb. Now the paint I use different paints. And his order is just a single standard paint. I use inverted striping paint. I know other curb painters will use inverted marking paint. The reason I don't do that is after 60 to 90 days, you see the background's totally faded. You can still see the black numbers, but it doesn't look as good. And the cool thing with the inverted striping paint is it dries super quick, like within 60 seconds to 90 seconds. So I could touch it, tape it afterwards. It makes it really convenient. The only difference is, oops, this one has a weird nozzle on it. It's made to hold upside down, but it also shoots sideways too. So because I use inverted striping tape, if I wanted to, or if I didn't want to, I wouldn't need to scrape this curb, but I like to try to keep it clean and make it last longer, so I'm going to scrape it anyways. And I'll speed this part up on the video so you don't have to watch me scraping a curb for the next 5 or 10 minutes. And when I scrape, even though it looks like I might be going back and forth, I'm actually just going one way. And I usually go left to right, then I go up and down. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely want it smooth. So then I take my brush afterwards. It's a wire brush. And that's smooth. So the paint's going to adhere nicely. And like I said, because of this paint, out of breath, I don't actually have to do that, but I just want to because I want it to look nicer. And I move this out of the way. And I do clean up my mess afterwards, but I'll do that after the video. And then I tape it off. And I just make a straight line on top. And I use the tape because I do want sharp lines on the sides. And then I use these rubber floor mats that I got from AutoZone. They're the cheapest ones. You could also use yoga mats, but the yoga mats over time, they do get stiff and they get warped from the paint. So these ones, I cut into little strips, and then this side's already straight. And I always start off with the sides. I put them first. And then I do the top. And I do it upside down because this side has bumps on it, so it lifts it up. And then I get my striping tape. I have my glove. And so I go around the edges first. I start on this edge so you can see. And I hold it down so that way it doesn't overspray. Now if you notice, I'm a good 6 to 8 inches away, and I'm not doing a continuous spray. I push and let go. And that's great right there. So I'll let it dry. And because it's a striping paint, like I said, it'll dry in 60 to 90 seconds. And so now I'll get my stencils. And these are brand new stencils. I'm trying something new. Let me show you what I used to do. So with my old stencils, a problem I ran into was it was hard to get them even. And so what I would do is I would actually put this together. These are just little L brackets I bought on Amazon. And I would put them together like this. And you want to make sure when you use these type of stencils that you actually account for the space in between. So you have to kind of visually look at it and say, okay, that's a good space. And same thing with this one, because if you were to just put them over here, you would have spray in between, it would bleed, so you don't want that. So I would do that, and then I would put tape all across the top and put it on. But even doing that, it wasn't great. Like sometimes some of the numbers would fold into one another just because I might have done it wrong. So I got these new stencils, which are locking stencils. And they don't really lock, but they make it easier. So let's find the numbers I need. So these stencils you do want to tape in the middle. If you don't tape in the middle, it'll bleed right through and you'll have a line. So this should be dry now. Yep. So what I'll do is I'll put another line so I don't get overspray. And I could still use these. You don't have to do this. I just have a problem personally lining things up. And so I like to put it on here. And look at it first. These stencils are definitely wider than my other ones, but it's okay. I think that looks like it's gonna be even on both sides. What do you think, yeah?
I would think over to the left a tiny bit maybe, but I can't tell because your body's right there.
That'll be good. I'll put the bottom on to cover the bottom of the stencils. The sides. Bring this over the top.
There's a gap in that one.
Yeah, right here, I see. Does it come on this side so you can see her? So when I do this, I make sure that I close the gaps on it. I just touch lightly. The thing is, if you touch the stencil too, push down on it, it's going to open up and spray is going to get inside, and that's not what you want. And so I go like this, and I just lightly with the spray. I do the same thing for each number. Notice the distance I'm at, and I'm not trying to get it too heavy on either one. Same thing on this one. I want to make sure the gap's closed. And I kind of have this lip overhanging, so that way when I spray down, it doesn't hopefully get on top. So now let's remove this. And I take them off in the order that I put them on, so it doesn't accidentally pull off the stencils before I'm ready. And then, oh, there you go. And then I will clean my stencils and clean up the area. Let's clean this all up first, or take this off to see how it looks. And there you have it. And so I'm gonna clean these stencils off before I'm out of here. And then I'm gonna just pick everything up, sweep up my mess, throw that in the trash. And then for paintmycurb.com, I'll take this picture, I'll upload it on the site. It shows the customer it's been completed, and it marks it as complete for your records. And so that's basically it. If you guys have any hints or tips for me or any of the people that are on paintmycurb.com, please leave them in the comments below and like this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.